As our economies reopen, we are often required to wear a face mask. Do you wear a face mask? Do you wear a well-fitted mask? Do you wear the mask below the nose, above your chin, or altogether below your face? Is that how you want others to protect you? Is that how you want to protect others? If you can't find a face mask that fits, you're in luck. Today I'm going to share with you a tutorial on how to make a custom-sized face mask for any face. It can be your children, your friend, yourself, your relatives, your customers, whatever. We're all in this together. I'm also going to leave written instructions with a link in the description below so that you can download it and print them and use them to make the face mask if you prefer that way. Share whatever you make and however it fits with the hashtag custom size face mask. My name is Montserrat. Let's get into it. So to start, we're going to take some measurements and we're going to place 4 markers in the face of the person you want to measure. One marker goes where the glasses would sit, the other marker goes at the bottom of the chin, and then there are going to be 2 other markers, one on next to one ear and the other one next to the other ear. So now that we have those 4 markers, we're going to measure V, the vertical, from the red to the red markers, and H through the horizontal from the ear across the marker on the nose and then onto the other ear. Now we're going to measure the distance between the outside of the irises of the eyes, and we're going to call this eyes, the eyes measurement. And finally, we're going to measure the head circumference. Now we're going to assemble the nose wire. So for this, you're going to need the pliers, the heat gun, galvanized wire, and some fabric. So let's cut the piece of wire defined as a function of the measurement between the eyes and a piece of fabric. You're going to take the wire and fold it in half using the pliers, and then you're going to fold the ends of the wire inwards using the pliers. So the wire fold should look something similar to this, and this is what I got. You're going to place the folded wire in the upper third of the fabric for the wire casing, and then you're going to spread some glue along the length of the wire. And I find that this way the wire stays very securely attached to the casing after washes, which is not the case if you just use a tie or other kinds of wires. Then we're going to add a little bit more glue after folding the casing, and we're going to fold to the bottom third again so that we enclose the wire in the casing. And you're just going to cut the excess fabric, leaving 1/4 of an inch on the sides free from the wire so that you can sew it to the mask. We're gonna cut the fabric for the body of the mask, and that the dimensions of that piece of fabric or the outer piece of fabric are defined by the measurements H and V that we measured previously. And now we're gonna go on to construction. So we place the outer fabric wrong side up, and then we fold the fabric up and then fold again so that we can position a pin at the center of the panel. Like this. Then we're going to extend it open again. And optionally we're going to add the filter. So once we have the filter cut, we're going to place a pin at the center of the filter, and we're going to line that pin with the pin that we position at in the center of the main fabric. We're going to now use some pins to secure the filter in place, and make sure that you place these pins away a 1/4 inch away from the edge of the filter, because we're next going to sew a line of
protect others
to secure the filter in place.
If you can't find a face mask that fits, you're in luck. Today I'm going to share with you a tutorial on how to make a custom size face mask for any face. It can be your children, your friend, yourself, your relatives, your customers.
So now
whatever.
The filter is sewn,
We're all
and
in
we're
this
going to
together.
fold the panel across the filter, and we're going to sew 3 1-inch sections, one on the left, one on the right, and one on the center. And then we're going to take our iron and iron those sections as if they were pleats. Now we're going to fold our fabric, our panel of fabric in the transversal direction. So we have the pleats running across and the filter on one side of the fabric alone. And then we're going to sew a line along the horizontal. Once we have it sewn, we're going to open that seam and press it open. And then we're going to turn the tube inside out. With a lot of skill. And you can press again, just so that the pleats are well marked and the seam line at the bottom of the mask is marked. Now we're going to attach the wire casing, and we're going to take it and center it at the top of the mask, at the center top of the mask. And we're going to sew just like a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch. Now we're going to mark the sides of the panel with a pin, and I'm going to fold the bottom of the mask towards the center and across over 1/4 inch, and do the same for the other side, for the top of the mask. So the bottom folds up and passes the center point 1/4 inch, and the top folds towards the center and crosses the center by 1/4 inch, so the pieces overlap at the center 1/2 inch. And you have to do this on both sides of the mask, and I secured with a pin. Now we're going to sew a straight line on both sides at 1/4 inch. And now that it's sewn, you're going to fold 1/4 inch in and 1/2 inch so that you make the channeling towards the inside of the mask. Once that's done, we're going to thread the ties. Then you're going to thread the tie through a piece of wire and use the piece of wire like a needle. And so you pass the needle through
the channeling from the bottom to the top, from the bottom of the mask to the top. And then you pull it across and then thread it from the top to the bottom in the other side. So this will make the piece of the tie go smoothly across the top of your head, and then you're gonna tie the mask at the bottom. Make a double knot at the ends of the tie, and you can add a little dab of glue so that the knots are secured in place. And we're done. We're gonna next talk a little bit about what happens when a mask fits. The contours of the bridge, it contours the bridge of the nose, it fits snugly on the chin, and it conforms to the sides of your face. And when you breathe with it, you can see it contracting and expanding as you breathe, which means the air, the droplets of water in the air you're breathing from your nose and your mouth are being filtered.
Okay. So that's it for the tutorial. Let me know if you liked it, if you used it, if you wore it, take a picture, tag me with the hashtag custom size face mask, or personally at Montserrat_L. As I said, feel free to make them for anyone in your life or not in your life. And yeah. If you like my work and you want to support me, feel free to do it. I'm going to leave the link in the description below. And I'm also going to leave some references in the description below. Yeah. Like, subscribe, and share. Take care. Bye.